So the holiday season is fast approaching and the number of kidnappings appear to be on the rise. So what's some of the information one needs to know to avoid being a victim? And what steps does one follow if their loved ones are kidnapped? Our senior reporter Barry Bateman has that information and he joins us now. Barry, good afternoon. You know, parents generally follow their gut when it comes to protection of their children. But what are experts saying parents should do to reduce chances of their children going missing?
Yeah, good afternoon. Well, it comes down quite a lot from the people I've been speaking to about what you're going to do this festive season, about where you're going to hang out. And one of the places, or an area which has been identified as a risky area, is shopping malls and crowded places, so public places where there's lots of people. Because what we're hearing is that kidnappers use that buzz of activity, that hive of activity. The fact that there are, hundreds and thousands of people, milling through a mall or at the beach, and you just need that 1 second that you're distracted as a parent, and a child, it can be snatched. So the advice is, if you're going to go to a mall, and you have to make sure you always keep your child in sight. The other is if you've got more than 2 children, for example, let's say you have 3 or 4 children. It's very difficult to be able to keep an eye on all of them at the same time. So rather not take that many children if you're going to go out. You must make sure that all your documents, now this is of course in the event that something should happen, make sure that you've got current photographs of your children. Make sure that you have all their ID numbers, all the relative information at hand should that come about. But I was speaking to Save the Children's Divya Naidu, and she provided some advice for parents during this festive season. Take a listen.
What needs to happen is that parents need to make sure that they don't take children. For example, if you've got several little children, don't take them when you're going shopping to a shopping center. It's chaotic, it's busy. A lot is happening in shopping centers. There's a lot of movement around, and it's easy to not have your eye on any particular child if you have 3 or 4 young children around with you. So where possible, don't take children at all, but if you have to take them, then make sure they're physically in front of you.
No, Barry, that's honestly great advice. Just leave them at home. But then is there any advice that parents can give to their children in this respect?
Well, children, if they're going to be out playing, or if they are in the public place, have them paired up, have them with another child. Safety in numbers is what we often hear. Also, ensure that your children are armed with information. Make sure that they know your telephone number, your partner's telephone number, their names, your parents' name. So give them all the information that they would need if they do or they are separated from you. Of course, there's kidnapping is one aspect, but missing children is another. We see it every year in December when thousands of people flock to the beaches, and sometimes children do get separated from the parents. So make sure that your child has this type of information. But if we're going to look at the nastier side of it, if we're going to look at kidnapping, there is something that you can teach your children to do, and they must act on it if they are grabbed by someone. I spoke to Missing Children's BIANCA van ASWEGEN, and she gave this advice.
So firstly, we as parents need to tell our children on what to do in a situation if they do feel uncomfortable, say, for instance, in a shopping mall or at our beaches. And that is to actually throw a tantrum, to scream as loud as possible, and to also then get to a place of safety. And especially in a mall, is to go to your nearest shop where you've actually got people with uniform that work in the shop, where there's cameras, where there's security. So that is very important. Young children should also always wear brightly colored clothes so they're easily spotted in a crowd of people. And then also, especially when it comes to our school holidays, our beaches are very busy, our shopping malls are very busy. So very young children should never be left alone, and if possible, to always leave them at home and not take them with.
No, that's actually very excellent advice. Just go to those in uniform. Now, thank you very much. That's our senior reporter, Barry Bateman, giving us the latest there on how to protect your children during this festive season. Now,